Hi, today we are sitting down with 5 of the seniors of the field hockey team and head coach Amanda Kreider, who headed the wildly successful field hockey team this past fall. The team this year held a winning record of 15-4 and then ended their season in the regional quarterfinal this year against Poquoson High School. So I want to just start off with talking about how the field hockey program got started 3 years ago in 2013. But even before the varsity team was started, there was a club team that was originally here. So let's start talking about how you each joined and what that process was like.
So I think the main reason that Darcy, Julie, and I got interested was because Julianne's mom, Sue Newhart, told us about this clinic at Annandale High School. Yeah. Annandale High School, and so we didn't really know what it was, or I didn't know what it was, and so we just got some sticks, did the clinic, and we really liked it, and so we kind of, both of their moms just really took over and were like, hey, we should have this at Mason. It was just kept going from there. More girls got interested.
I remember some of our first practices were on Larry Graves Field, which is like destroyed grass. Like we had so much fun hitting, learning how to hit, move the ball. It was hard in the beginning.
We had to set up the goals. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Every single practice, we'd bring out these like giant rods, and we'd have to like stick them together and set them up.
And then they would go back into Julie's dad's car at the end of the practice.
Yeah. And then we'd take them down. Yeah.
I remember we had to practice reverses on the concrete next to the field. It was a little bit scary, but
yeah, it was definitely different than it is today.
Something that's interesting, I remember, so most people play soccer, right, like growing up, and so when, like, at least when I started playing field hockey, everyone was like, what's that? Like, there was a big, like, people had to get over the hurdle of, like, what is field hockey?
Yeah.
And so I think that, like, so obviously you guys were here, you guys started the field hockey club a year before I did, but you guys definitely probably had to kind of introduce the sport to Mason.
Yeah.
Even now, sometimes people are like, what is that thing you're carrying? Does it look like a candy cane?
Right. Ice hockey and field hockey.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, it's basically the same as lacrosse, right? When we were in 8th grade, I guess when we started, there weren't any seniors on the team, right? And now we're seniors. Like, you realize how. Wow, we're finally here. Like we were the heads of the field hockey team.
And there's so many people, coming behind us. Like there's so many 8th graders who are now interested and like coming out.
I'm recruiting 7th graders.
There you go.
Come on, she's recruiting them from the egg. She's hatching them.
I'm so excited to see where this program goes.
But it's a testament to you guys' leadership and the statement you guys say to the community that we have girls interested and girls wanting to come, and then we volunteer, and then we run a free field hockey clinic, and just the way that you guys are leaders in that, that makes the kids in the community want to come, which really keeps growing the program. So your facility doesn't leave when you guys graduate by any means. Like it's kind of cool that it impacts, and like I'm gonna have a girl who's gonna be a senior be like, I remember going to the free field hockey clinic, and like referencing you guys. So it's really special to be a part of.
I definitely think that we're such a large group of seniors. Was it 12 seniors? All of us leaving at once, it's kind of like, wow, we're seniors, we're graduating, but next year they're going to be totally fine.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Yeah.
All thanks to you.
Yep. No, get out of here. You guys know, y'all set an example. Because, I mean, we always, made a community. I was like, hey, what do you guys think about this? Because it was my first year coaching. I was like, how's this going? What do you guys think of practice? Was this? And they're like, you guys were running a lot, but it's okay. So it's been like a team. It's been like our team. It's not like... You guys all have great leadership and great input, so.
So why did you guys have to fundraise in the beginning of, before you guys were official?
Well, because as a club at Mason, we couldn't really, there were things that we couldn't do. Like we couldn't specifically say, oh, we're from Mason or we're a Mason team. So, and they couldn't give us things. They couldn't give us, they couldn't pay for charter buses to take us to regional games. They couldn't, and we also weren't really were we in the Virginia system really as a club? No, we weren't.
We played like private schools.
Yes.
Also, that's why our sweatshirt said Mustang field hockey.
Yeah.
We weren't
from 8th grade.
Yeah, that was 8th grade. We weren't allowed to say Mason field hockey, but we went with it.
It's not even the official logo.
Yeah.
There's no
the hashtag. I just said hashtag Mustang.
And then Sabine's dad designed this because we weren't allowed to use the horse or anything. So
he was so excited to do the logo.
Also, we had to show Mason. We had to show Mason that we were were serious about
Yeah, we wanted to
sport.
like really prove that we could do it ourselves, but that like
there would be enough interest, like enough people would want to
Mhm.
do it. We could actually fundraise and get organized and whatnot.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, wasn't it like parents coaching us?
I remember when we finally became like a varsity sport and we got buses. It was such a huge deal
Yeah.
that like we all got to ride together and like stop for food, which is kind of like, you know, a big thing at
Yeah.
Mason. You have to go to Sheets or whatever. So like just taking those little steps like that to becoming like a real sport was really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Annie brought up a good point that it really took a lot of work proving that we were serious about field hockey, because it's a big deal for Mason to add a varsity sport.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And then we inherited a lot of girls too, because when I came, we had how many? Like 46 girls try out, and then this year we had 42 or 44.
A lot
So-
of girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're one of the largest sports.
And we've kind of maintained a large
Yeah.
group of girls, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Honestly, I remember at the beginning of Mason field hockey, people would be like, "It's not a real sport, though, right?" And that kind of hit the heart.
I know.
People that we're respected around here now.
Yeah. And it's so fun to see that people come to our games sometimes
Yeah.
and like
Yeah, we
be
have
like,
like
hey, this is
fans.
actually kind of cool. And I'm like, yeah, you know. It's a lot. I really enjoyed doing it.
Hmm.
Was there any point where any of you thought about quitting? Because it was hard. You guys had to fundraise. You didn't always have a winning record. Was there any point where you thought about kind of leaving the team and not being a part of it?
Never.
Yeah.
I honestly
Honestly.
didn't.
I think
No.
from the beginning we never really had that attitude of like we need to be out
Winning.
here winning.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was never about winning.
Yeah, because we came from so little.
Yeah.
Everything was an improvement,
Yeah.
essentially.
Right. It was all just kind of like about being with each other, and like every goal that we met in that, like finding a field space, finding goals, fundraising, becoming a varsity sport. Like those little goals were enough to like feel proud in our efforts, more so than like winning a game or something, which has definitely been rewarding this past year in our very successful winning season. But we've learned that it's not always about winning.
Yeah.
Honestly, it never really came to my mind, I guess, just
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it wasn't really an option. Like, we were just all friends having fun, and then
Yeah.
it turned into something, friends being competitive and having fun, and friends
Yeah.
winning, and yeah.
And I think because we put so much effort into it and so much time and so much extra effort than, you know, varsity sports have to put into, I think it kind of was like, okay, you know, now that we're devoted.
You can't quit.
I know,
Yeah.
exactly. It's one of those
We
things
did
where it's like,
this.
this is
We
our
did it,
baby. We're
yeah.
going to make sure it gets all the way. So
Yeah.
I think that part helped a lot too.
Okay, so if you guys had to kind of encapsulate this development in one word, what would you say?
Describe our team as tough, too, because we're, like, a tough group of girls. We put up with a lot of stuff, or, like, we push ourselves to be tough, and we run a lot. We like work hard on the field. We're tough on each other in the best way possible. We're what are they called? Scholar athletes.
Yeah, maybe like perseverance would be a good word. We've talked about, we've been through a lot, and we still this past season, like we had a good record that I think we're all pretty proud of. But in no way was that like an easy thing. We never had really easy games. It's like we'll probably talk about, we won 6 of our games in overtime, or 6 or more, I don't know. But we had a lot of overtime wins, and it really takes a lot of perseverance.
And I think my word actually going off that is humility. I think that we're just a really humble team because we've had to start everything ourselves.
We've seen the worst.
Yeah, we've really seriously been through some of the most excruciating experiences. I don't know if excruciating is the right word, but
Yeah, like a good example of what Sabine's saying, we've now had the same uniforms for the past 5 years. And you can imagine, like, they're pretty gross.
I didn't even realize that until I
black
started
one.
looking through the pictures from 5 years ago, and I was like,
we've had these uniforms for 5 years, and I feel like any other team would be like, we can't use these uniforms anymore, like, they're gross, blah, blah, but we're just like, we're happy to have uniforms, we're happy to be
Happy
Oh,
to
playing
have
our
a
sport.
team.
Like,
Yeah.
we're,
Yeah.
so, I mean, 5 years, 6 years, like, we don't care how old the uniforms are, we're just happy to be like,
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of want to talk about this season. You guys have had an incredible season this year, 15-4, a winning record. And what is that feeling like to have had such a successful team and also improve in in games where teams that were beating you by a lot are now having to compete with you?
I think during the games it's kind of like, aha, like we're winning. But I mean, stepping back from that, it's kind of just like, it's pretty cool.
It's nice to see progress.
Yeah.
It is
to be
nice.
honest.
Yeah.
Like you can always be like, haha, we're winning against you guys, but then it's just like, it's because we're putting that hard work. It's not because of any other reason.
Coach is really big on statistics and showing us how much we've improved, and I think that seeing in action that we beat a team that we previously did not is like, we're actually a lot better.
Or even
you know?
just like decreasing the goals that they got, or like by even just like 1 or 2, it's still like, oh wow, like we
Remember
held
the team
them.
we lost 0-6, and didn't we win like 0-6 against them?
Yeah,
And
our
we
first
turned
year,
around.
and then we beat them. What? We beat them.
At
Was
the end
it
of the-
3-0?
Yesterday, or not yesterday. Last season, we beat them at the end of the season after
That's
we
right.
lost.
You're
beginning
right.
Of the season.
Mhm.
But the season,
We beat them.
We worked hard for our wins. They were close games.
Yeah, because we beat them 3-0 here, and then there's some close ones.
I think it was kind of weird for us this season, or at least for me. I think of our team being like underdogs a little bit, just because we've been having to play teams that have been like private schools with like really developed programs, or much bigger schools than us for such a long time. But then here we come this season with like, we had a little bit of a slow start, but then from there we just took off and like had so many wins in a row that like we weren't the underdog anymore in any way. So like these teams essentially that we were playing were the underdogs, and having that kind of confidence definitely helped, I think.
But like, it's all you guys. You guys put in the hard work. You know, you guys make it a team.
Well, you do too. I remember
Yeah.
showing up to practice and you're running like 4 miles on the track.
No, but like, it's unbelievable what you guys are able to do, and then together how you guys work for each other and encourage each other. I think that's the coolest thing. You know, we're at like the end of sprints, and like always someone's encouraging someone, like, come on, we're almost done, almost there.
Yeah.
So, and that's so cool that you guys keep that positive mentality. You guys always help each other out. So.
I think Coach Kreider has a big role in kind of helping develop this program also. What do you guys think about how Coach Kreider's role in that, either in leadership, either in just guidance as a new program? What do you think her role is?
I think so. Coach Kreider kind of started on like the beginning of her time here, but I was like kind of mentioning to Julianne on the side that our moms spent that entire summer, like I don't know if it was like 2013 or whenever we used to.
Yeah, 2013.
Yeah, it's
That
2013.
entire summer, like calling around, posting ads, like it was their job to find a coach basically. And so at that point, I remember conversations with my mom where she was just basically like, we will take anybody at this point. And so like, we, I think, are just so lucky that anybody was you.
Yeah.
And like, because we could have taken anybody, and like
It
a
could-
parent, it could have been a parent,
We were
it could have
thinking
been
about parents for a
yeah,
while.
it could
There was
have been
a
a
time.
parent, and like just the fact that it could have been anybody and it was you. Like I think that was a big.
Yeah.
Like we got so lucky to have you in our program, and I think we've just grown so much since you joined the program.
No, I won the coaching lottery. Like, oh my gosh, no, you guys are amazing. You guys mean so much to me. I'm so incredibly blessed to be in Falls Church too, like in the community that supports us. And your guys as parents, it's like, I can't even say it. It's just amazing blessing. So
Our success as a team is very much credited to the stability and encouragement and everything that you back us up on and off the field, in the
stop
hallways.
it. You guys are amazing. No.
No, Coach, we definitely would not be where we are today if it not for you. I can pretty much guarantee you that.
Stop it. I'm going to get like all
No, you have pushed us, and you have encouraged us, and you have always had that positive energy. And
Can we get a tissue? Can we get a tissue?
Can we get a close up on her face?
I'm just gonna.
But it's just, we really couldn't have gotten here without you.
You brought so much intensity to
Yeah, I
it.
was gonna say, I think you made us a varsity program.
Yeah,
like we
yeah.
had the status of being a varsity program, but like
you
it
came
took
in
someone
there.
with like respect from the team and like power
We
from
needed
the
to
team
do it.
to really come in and bring us to that next level. Like I remember that first season was a little bit of a difficult one, I would say, just because like we didn't really know what to expect from you and all that, and so you came in like running every day,
You're like,
sprints every day,
Running and sprints.
yeah, running and sprints
Note
every
that.
day. And so it was a growing moment for all of us, but I think without that, we would have just continued
Yeah,
to
we
just
would
kind of
have never
like
be
reached
mediocre.
this.
But
Okay,
now
like-
we're
Okay, so as kind of starting to wrap this up, but I want you guys to think of what do you guys hope for this field hockey program as you leave? What are your goals for the program? And obviously you won't be here to necessarily execute those goals, but what do you hope girls in the 9th, 10th, 11th grade do to carry on this program and this legacy that you guys have left behind?
One thing that excites me the most about like the future of this program is just the interest. Like since I guess I've kind of grown in this program thinking about like, oh, I just want more people to come and try out for this so that we can grow and then eventually like get really good or whatever. So maybe less about like winning or anything. I don't know if that's what you're looking for specifically, but more just having people who want to come out and try this sort of like foreign sport that no one really knows anything about, and like getting a bigger program. And I feel like that's definitely going to happen since it already is. So
I hope that this team remains humble and that the girls remain as awesome as they are, which I don't know why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
But just everybody on this team is so great, and I can't see that changing anytime soon. And I look forward to coming back next year and the year after that and whatnot, and watching field hockey games. And
Yeah, we can actually have an alum game.
yeah, we can field a whole
That's
field
true.
with our
We are a whole
seniors.
team, so yeah.
Julianne, do you have any hopes and goals for the end for the program?
I just let the team keeps doing well. Yeah.
Great. Well, I'm so glad you guys were able to come here and kind of reflect on your years here this season. I think you guys have left an amazing legacy, and I think you're all really proud of that, and it shows. So I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thanks for
I
having us.
appreciate it. Okay, great.
That's so
Okay,
nice.
most memorable
Okay, give me a sec.
event of someone at this table.
I remember when Annie Mothershead here was just an amazing goalie.
Uh,
I remember I was
Yeah!
she told me she was switching to field. I'm like, oh, yay! And then she was on the field. I was like, dang, we needed her, and so I was really happy about
Oh,
that.
thanks,
So,
Beanie.
hey, I'm just being honest.
But yeah, you helped us out at the beginning. I was like, who's the keeper? You're like, I'm a keeper, and then you helped out everyone.
I used to bark when I was
Why?
bark at the
Oh my
people,
God.
the defense or the offense, and
Like
the other
dog
team,
bark?
like
We used to do
or
that
like
thing.
yell. You said like something ferocious.
Even on the field, like we had words. I remember
It was like
as a
personal
team,
attacks.
we'd be like
Oh my-
tomato because we weren't very good, so we had to use things like saying random things to throw the
Oh,
other
no.
team off. So we just like yell random things when they were like charging at us to
I
like try to
remember-
scare them off.
I remember there was one tactic where like we would just run forward.
It
was like pineapple or something.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember? So, like, we've already established that we had some years that.
Yeah.
Some losing years. But,
That's okay.
when we did the spring tournament at the beach, and I remember the first time we played in it, one time we like this like really tough game, and we brought the ball past the 50, and that was like the biggest accomplishment.
Oh my God.
We're
We, like,
cheering so
like we weren't anywhere near the goal, anywhere near the goal, but
we
like,
just
we
got
made
past
it.
the 50.
No, they used to count
We
how many
talked about
times we
that.
passed the
remember
25.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Can we get those statistics still?
We were like 5 times
Yeah.
in the circle this season.
We talked
We're
about
like,
that for
yeah.
like months afterwards. Like we got past the 50. It was ridiculous.
Oh,
But
man.
we love that.
Coach Carter, I didn't know if you knew this, but at one of our Virginia Beach tournaments, was it Sarah Lebno, me, Ava, and some
The elevator?
we bought a hermit crab.
Oh, she knows.
Yes, I've heard because Sarah still has it. And it's
Eddie.
We asked the guy selling us the hermit crab like what we should name it. He's like, name him after me, and my name's Eddie.
Didn't you guys like keep it? You thought I'd be mad, so you like hid it? I had no idea of this hermit crab.
Like we rode a school bus to Virginia Beach, and somehow we hid it from on a school bus.
Yeah, it only passed like a few months ago. Like it's
dead.
yeah.
Oh.
Rest in peace, Eddie.
She said that Sarah said that he like got out and was running around her house.
I still can't believe y'all did that.
I just, like, last year after our last game, we got 12 pizzas and Darcy started crying.
Julia! I was really happy.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I have nothing to, I
Yeah,
just have to say.
It happened.
It happens to everyone.
One time, Coach Kreider lined us up for our daily run, and then
Oh my goodness.
she was like, 1, 2, 3, and she's about to tweet her whistle, and she's like, just kidding, and everybody just started bawling.
Right?
They were real
conflict.
tears.
And we were so freaked out because we
We had like a game or
it was
something.
ridiculous, and then it's like
I honestly cried.
I won't
There were a
forget
lot
that.
of tears.
Tears.
Oh yeah.
The Cooper got, that was a good one. That was a good run.
Hilarious.
Okay, wait, Sabine, you have to help me on this. My memory is of your, okay, so we do like word of the day before each game, and your word of the day this past season.
Oh, yeah.
Can you remind me of the word?
It was appreciation.
Appreciation. You gave the best speech I have ever heard in my entire life. Like
we
I
were all
still.
getting
Yeah.
so emotional.
I
It wasn't
remember
even the
it.
end
It was
of the
like-
season
right,
yet.
It was like the first game.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like one of the first games, and like I don't really remember the words. I just remember the feeling of like what you were saying, and I was
We were
just
all-
like, we just need to listen to it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so I will always remember that.